Oh, Captain, till we find where the treasure be. I see beyond the sea. Oh, Captain, till we go on a journey. Follow me, we shall go foreign.
This video is why are video games no longer fun? By Jackus. I guess is how you say that.
Are video games still fun?
I would say yes, depending on the
I don't mean
game.
that in the sense of like, is GTA 5 a fun game? It objectively is. Going in as Trevor and going on a rampage still gives me a small rush of serotonin. But now the game's been out for 7 years, and a rampage just isn't as fun as it used to be, and I Alt F4 and go back to do something else. That's where I think the main problem is. Not as fun as it used to be. One of my best friends told me on Discord the other day that he was taking a break from Discord and his PC as he found it boring and wouldn't be online as much. At first I was wondering what he meant. Then I started to think about what he said, and I ended up agreeing. Let me give you an idea of what he meant. How often have you finished school or work and you go and sit by your PC or console and were so ready to have some fun, and then you just sit there for hours waiting for something to happen?
I will say that I do end up like wanting to play stuff, but then not being able to just because I've got other stuff that I need to do, like working on art and things like that. So I can sympathize with this, or I get distracted on YouTube.
You have games to play, and they're good games. They're just not fun anymore. I sit here most days looking at my desktop with hundreds of games on it, and
got a pretty
I
wallpaper.
spend most of my time just on Chrome, watching Netflix or YouTube. And I don't know why. I want to play these games, and sometimes I even open them, but I never make it further than an hour before I get bored and go back to endlessly scrolling on TikTok.
I can't really sympathize with that. TikTok is cancer. TikTok is cancer. But like when I do have time to play a game, I will play it for, if it's only an hour, it's because I get tired and I'm literally falling asleep in my chair. But other than that, I'll play for a couple of hours.
So, I've been rambling about things not being fun. So, what is fun?
Right, y'all.
Fun is a very subjective term. Ask 50 people what they find fun, and you'll get 50 different answers.
Absolutely
One may say
true.
roller coasters. Another may say
I love roller coasters. I haven't been on one since high school, but I love them.
getting pegged in the arse.
Oh
It's very
gosh, I was not expecting that.
subjective, but I'll throw my 2 cents in, because this is my YouTube
I didn't
channel,
need that image
and
in
my
my
opinion
head.
is the only opinion that truly matters around here. Something is fun when you want to relive the moment again. This can be in the form of nostalgia or just going to bed with a grin on your face. I remember
That's
a few
fair.
years ago when me and my friends would spend hours playing Team Fortress 2, but not the actual game. We played the man versus machine mode. I used to play it on a MacBook, and we could only play one map because that was the only one that would load on Apple products. It got so bad one night that
I've
we
never
played
played
it all night
that.
until the sun came up the next day. My dad was furious, but I didn't care. I had fun. Pure, childlike, unadulterated fun. That was a good night. I wish I could live that night again because life was easier then. I didn't really care about anything at that point.
I'm a little backwards on this. I actually had a harder time playing games when I was younger than now. I mean, I could get into some. Usually I just played like fighting games and stuff. I don't really know why. Most of the time my nose was in a book though.
Nostalgia is such a double-edged sword when you get older. On the one hand, it reminds you of good times in the past that you look back on fondly. But on the other hand, it reminds
Livid
you of
Coffee
good
is a
times in the
fantastic
past. It
username.
makes you sad because you can't have those times again. Not saying that there can't be any good times in games nowadays. Me and my friends discovered a game called The Forest a while back, and the whimsy came back. We had the biggest smiles on our faces for days. Building huge bases, fighting off gruesome cannibals, and just generally being idiots. If you want a game to play with your friends, I highly suggest playing The Forest. It's the most fun I've had with my friends in a long time.
There are nooses in that tent.
But it's still got stale, and now we almost never touch the game, except from when we all say we should play it again. We play it for a day straight and then never again, because it doesn't bring back the memories we used to have about the game. And that's what the problem is with modern day video games. They don't leave a good enough memory. This is the problem I have with Pokemon. Every time a new Pokemon game would come out, I would buy it. I would never know why.
I know the guy's problem and it's not new games. Okay. Well, I was gonna say that this kind of sounds like it's leaning into what was being said in the Josh Strive Hayes video, where a lot of games are more streamlined. He apparently just doesn't play anything with substance. Oof. That's harsh.
Because some of the recent ones aren't even that good.
And what are your opinions on the new Pokemon games? Have you played any of them?
Recently realised it's because I'm trying to bring back those memories of Diamond and Pearl that I had on my DS as a kid. Not knowing anything about type weaknesses or strategy, and just solely training my starter to a monstrously high level.
I'm not familiar with the Forest, but it seems kind of like a crafting survival style game, and it's really hard to get those right. They're nice as a distraction. See, as I've said before, and I'll say it again, the only Pokemon game I have ever played is Pokemon Go, so never really got into GTA 5. Red Dead Redemption, the story, my understanding, was very good, and I had a lot of fun with the multiplayer. But that's because I was playing with friends.
Beating
and
all
Howler.
enemy Pokemon in one hit. But
I always have
none of
fun
them
when I
can
play
do that.
stuff with Howler.
There's also the fact that we change as people over time. Games will always be just lines of code made by companies who just want to make a profit, but it's the players that change too. I know that's a cringe thing to say, but it is true. I'm not who I was when I was 12 playing TF2 till sunrise. I'm a much older, wiser person. We can't bring back those fun memories because we aren't the same people. It would be lying to say that I'm happier now than I was when I was a kid, playing Overwatch in 2016 with Lewis.
I mean, okay, there you go. Overwatch really doesn't have a lot of substance either. It's fun enough, but like I've said, I've played it on the free weekends. It's never something that I thought was worth paying money for. Not a single time did I feel like it was worth forking over money for. So yeah, I don't know. It seems like all of the examples he's given are fairly shallow.
Raging when we lost and screaming when we won. Video games have provided people with some of the happiest memories anyone could ever.
Maybe I'll
ask
try.
for.
Maybe try some single player
But
stuff.
they've not been able to fill the same place that they used
Go play Elden Ring.
to. That's why I think video games just aren't that fun anymore.
Alright. Yeah. Okay, it's just the outro there. Yeah, I would say that the issue is more who skips cutscenes? The only time I skip cutscenes is if I've already seen it a gazillion times. Or I do it on accident. Some games it's really easy to do that on. Like, who skips cutscenes? I'm the type of person, I mean, y'all have been here. I'm the type of person that, unless I screw up, I read the quest text in WoW. But yeah, I mean, all of the examples he gave, except for Pokemon, were multiplayer experiences. Well, I don't know. GTA 5 might have a single player mode like Red Dead does. I have no idea. But yeah, a lot of games, the multiplayer experience is fairly shallow. There's not really a lot to it. There actually were some pretty good stories with the Red Dead Online. RDR2 Online, I should say. I didn't do the Red Dead, the original Red Dead multiplayer. Yeah, exactly. At least one time. Sometimes if it's been a while and there's a cutscene, like, I had to go into Round of Tides, I think it was, to rescue someone for this event, and there was a cutscene in there that I hadn't seen in a while, so I just watched it. So either it's the first time or I haven't seen it in a while. Though if I really like it, then I'll watch it multiple times. I don't care if people have to wait on me. I'm lying. I do, but yeah. I don't know, you might be onto something there. If he'd given different examples. But yeah, let's think about what he gave. The Forest, Team Fortress 2, Minecraft. Like, you can do a lot in Minecraft, but there's no story whatsoever there. And I'm just saying that because he was playing it in the background. Pokemon, Overwatch. Was there anything that was single player? Exactly, they do very well with that. WoW does very well with the cutscenes. Blizzard, their cinematics, if nothing else, are always awesome. So yeah, no, I don't know. The video had like a very kind of depressing tone and everything overall, and it's his opinion, it's his channel. That's all that matters on his channel, but I don't agree. I don't. I think in adulthood you have to be a little more picky about the games that you choose. So, largely because we've got less time, so if we're gonna play a video game, it better be something that we're gonna enjoy.
I see beyond the sea.